Why was evacuating wounded difficult during island hopping? Imagine being injured on a tiny island in the middle of the vast Pacific Ocean during World War II. Now picture trying to get help in such a remote place. That was the challenge soldiers faced during the island hopping campaigns. These campaigns aimed to take control of key islands to get closer to Japan. But moving wounded soldiers off these islands was no simple task. The islands were small, often surrounded by miles of open water. Transporting injured troops meant long boat rides or flights over dangerous waters. Sometimes, the only way was by small boats that could easily be hit by enemy fire or rough seas. Getting medical help was even harder early in the campaigns. Medical facilities on the islands could not be set up until the beachhead was secure. That meant soldiers had to be moved off the front lines under fire, often in the jungle or rocky terrain. Moving wounded soldiers through thick vegetation was physically demanding and dangerous. The process was slow and risky, especially with ongoing fighting. The coordination of evacuation was also a problem. Airplanes and ships did not always work together smoothly. Some planes would arrive empty because communication was poor, while others overloaded with patients. This inefficiency made evacuations slower and more dangerous. The medical evacuation system was still developing. There were only a few hospital ships and specially equipped vessels. Transferring patients between ships was slow and risky. Soldiers were sometimes moved in wire baskets or on ladders, which was dangerous for the severely wounded. Helicopter evacuation was not yet available, so all transport was by boat or plane. The jungle environment added more obstacles. Thick trees and rough terrain made it hard to move casualties quickly. Enemy attacks, including kamikaze strikes on ships, threatened everyone involved. Supplies like blood and surgical tools were hard to get to the front lines because of the logistical challenges. Medical personnel faced tough conditions too. They often had only one nurse and a corpsman to care for many patients. Some soldiers were critically wounded or suffering from shock. The planes used for evacuation lacked emergency equipment, making it hard to keep patients stable during flights. Flying in combat zones added stress and danger for the crews. All these factors combined made evacuating wounded soldiers during island hopping a difficult, complex task. Over time, the Allies improved their methods by increasing hospital ships, better coordinating air and sea efforts, and refining medical procedures. Still, the challenges of moving injured soldiers across the Pacific remained significant throughout the campaign.